How the pros use drum samples, next on Music Surgery with Dr. Bob. So, there are many ways to enhance the sound of live drums with samples, but some take forever, some aren't consistent, some will flam, and some will introduce phase problems. Now, no offense to slate trigger or Drumagog users out there, but I have seen these fail under the strictest conditions. But here's what I have found to be the absolute best way to add samples to fatten up your live drums in a dense mix the way the pros do it. Okay, let me show you the best way to do this. Almost every DAW has a function now called audio to MIDI. So in this instance, I want to take my snare track and add a sample to it and make sure that it's precise and exactly with the snare hit. The snare sample and the snare hit are exactly together. So here is my top snare. I'm going to put it in the editor, which I'm sure it's similar in your program. And here is the threshold. I'm going to bring the threshold of detection down in my hit points here until it detects every snare hit that's like the loudest snare hits that the drummer's playing. Like 2, 4. These are all 2, 4 hits in the measure. And here's a drum fill. And I'm going to hit this button. Now, Cubase has put a MIDI note every place that the snare drum plays a loud hit. I don't want all these ghost note hits that you can see here. Now, we love the fact that all of these drum companies are making velocity levels, but that's for programming. Any mixer in a mix is just using the loudest samples to mix in with the loudest snare drum hits. Use the ghost notes that the drummer played. You don't want any of those samples, just a loud 2, 4s and all that. So as you can see, it's perfectly laid a sample everywhere the snare hits at the loudest position. So now let's play this back. Here's my drum set without the snare sample. Okay, now what I've done is I've loaded a VST instrument in. This is Dan Corneff's Basic Drum Company Coded 19 drum program. These are amazing samples. This is one of my favorite drum programs and sounding programs there is. So now I have this augmented snare with this snare. Without. With. Now, if I want to bring more room sample, that's the sample alone. Here it is with the snare. So what you're hearing, there's no flams, there's no phase issues, and every snare and every sample are perfectly aligned. Let me do the same thing. There's my threshold. Those are all the loud kicks. Let me hit create MIDI notes. Get out of that. And again, kick trigger. I'm using Dan Corneff's killer kick drum. Make sure things look right on, dead on. Look at that. Dead on. Look at that. So let's listen to the kick and the trigger kick together. Now, our full drum set, augmented snare, augmented kick. If I really want to smash this snare. This is the way the pros do it when it has to be exact in a very dense mix, when everything is super compressed and really, really drilled. If there's flamming, it's just going to enhance the flamming, and you're going to hear it, and you're going to drive yourself crazy trying to pinpoint what's going on and fix, and then all of a sudden you're out of the mood to mix. Do it this way, and you'll be doing it correctly. And that's it. The most ironclad way of adding samples consistently without the phasing and the flamming issues that can cost you hours of hunting down and fixing. Hey you guys, this is the part where we beg for money. Please put the right script up there, Sumner. This is not funny. Hey guys, please take time to subscribe and ring the bell below to notify you of new surgeries. Also take a look around in my store for some great cheap and free stuff. And one last thing, the Doctor's Lounge is open and in full swing. Come on, join us, get some amazing samples, stems, or one-on-one mix, production, or music advice. This is a really cool and super affordable thing, so check it out and see if it's for you. All the links are below in the description of this video. Thanks a lot. Now, go fatten up your drums with some audio to MIDI consistency. That's it for this week. Thanks for watching. Take care of yourselves and each other, and I'll see you the next time the Doctor's in.